While I'm a big fan of the carnivore diet, having lost almost at the time of recording 48 kilos on the ketogenic and carnivore diets, I haven't quite drunk all the Kool-Aid just yet. There's one thing that most carnivore influencers talk about that claim to be scientific that I don't agree with at all. In this video, I'm gonna share what that is. Firstly, when it comes to science and the carnivore diet, I believe that the science behind it is rather strong, with many testifying about how it's changed their lives, and I see it with my life as well. Scientifically speaking, I agree with the biological workings of the carnivore diet, and I get behind it fully. And I'm excited to see that Dr. Shawn Baker is taking the bull by the horns, so to speak, and organizing randomized human control trials on the carnivore diet. I'm excited to see what that brings as we take carnivore to the mainstream. But the science I can't get behind regarding the carnivore diet is this. It's the evolutionary and anthropological basis for the animal-based diet. The reason why I can't get behind the anthropological or the evolutionary-based approach to the carnivore diet is that this branch of science is greatly disputed anyway. So I believe as carnivores, we're putting our worst foot forward, trying to reason based on evolution, a theory that allegedly was recanted by Charles Darwin himself on his deathbed, that as our journey as human species or as the human race, we still haven't found that missing link. Another flaw that I tend to find in this is that people then draw long timelines and say we've been eating this for millions of years.
Humans are carnivores, so for millions of years we've just eaten meat while pregnant.
I'm talking about the things that from 2 million years ago when humans were existing.
Humans have been eating meat for the entirety of our evolution as hominids. Many anthropologists believe that the human brain exploded in size, not literally, but figuratively, about 2 million years ago because we began eating meat at that time. It all happens about 1.8 to 2 million years ago with the appearance of Homo erectus.
And the reality is no one knows how long as human beings that we've been here. As someone that holds a biblical worldview, I'd find that it's more leaning towards 10 to maybe even 12,000 years that human beings have been around. And as such, I don't believe in the theory of evolution. I believe that we're created in God's image, separate from the other animals that existed. So while there may be evidence of animals that kind of resemble human beings, I don't believe that we came from human beings, but rather that we came from God. We can't find any evidence that seems to put human beings before about 12,000 years ago. We tend to use scientific things like carbon dating and other things to try and figure out how old the earth is, but I believe that if the biblical account is true, that'll be difficult anyway, because when God created the earth, He didn't create it instantly to start dating from the day He created it. When He created the earth, He created it mature, He created it full. And so when Adam and Eve rocked up on the scene, they weren't 1 year olds when they were here, they were already adults, which makes it difficult to age date because God created them already in maturity, which means that even the food and the plants that they ate in the Garden of Eden were initially mature when they were there. They had to have something to eat as soon as they were created by God. So that food had to already be mature. The trees had to have already grown. The earth had to already have this rich soil and all of that, which God created in the same week. I'm not here to get into a theological debate, but I'm here to make us think that maybe some of these things that we promote and say science are not actually very scientific based, and that there is quite a lot of debate back and forth still, even to this day, based on our anthropology. However, I would like to repeat that I agree wholly on the biological science behind the carnivore diet because it's something that we can test today. It's something I've tested with my own life, making myself a guinea pig for the carnivore diet for so long and expecting to see, all right, maybe I might have scurvy or I might have some deficiencies, and finding myself doing well and thriving and having the best shape of my life through the carnivore diet. So I agree that biologically speaking, the diet is correct for us as human beings. And that should be the evidence that we need to sit on and need to stand on. But I look forward to seeing the trials that are going to come up and how that's going to reflect on the carnivore diet. If you enjoyed this video, Watch this one. This is where I break down the science of how gluttony is not your fault. And we look at how hormones affect your hunger signaling and lead to gluttony. So see you there.